Download the BCSN Plus app today.
Now, many thought the Clay Eagles would perhaps collapse the second half of the season, but if they win tonight at Southview, they would be in the driver's seat. Late first quarter, Damian Clay, several big threes Friday against Northview, another big one tonight. Southview up 1. This game was all about momentum swing. Second quarter, Clay takes over, Grant Oberdick the finish. Clay up 7. Southview comes out strong in the third. Jerron Witcherton opened Mo MacArthur. Eyes and flies at 3 is good. 8-0 run for the home team. Clay down but far from out. Aiden Berryman finds Komari Buffalo. Three-pointer is true. Eagles back in front by 5. Final minute of regulation. Southview ball. Jackson Pollock. Nothing abstract about his game tonight. Splattering through the lane. Southview a 2-point possession lead. 2.3 to go. Clay inbounding down to Oberdick. Ties the game. We're going to overtime. In OT, final momentum swing goes to Southview. Witcher, an all BCSN top 30 candidate, driving for the hoop and the harm. All Cougars after that, winning 70-63, clinching at least a share of the Cardinal crown. Witcher and Clay were big, more than 40 points combined, but a team effort in the victory over Clay.
I had going for me the top of the key. They could have guarded me every time I drove, every time they doubled, tripled. My teammates are cutting it wide open for the shots. We didn't make every shot, but we made the big ones, so that's what really counts. It's great. We don't just have to play our starting 5 just to get wins. We can get 2 off the bench that can score a lot consistently. We got even the third one, Blake. He's a good knockdown shooter. Even when I get in foul trouble, Scott, he's a good big to come off the bench.
Mason Lowry and Rhett Boyd were on the call in Sylvania and walked away impressed from this one.
Well, there's a lot of words we could use to describe what we just saw out here at Southview, but Rhett Boyd, let's start with these two. Instant classic.
It certainly was, as it should be. It's a championship environment, championship game. Southview had to have it, and they got it at home. But Clay laid it on the line as well. This is what it was all about. It was possession to possession. It was hot. Both sides, both fan bases are into it, and it comes down to an overtime conclusion. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. It was a great high school basketball game.
When the lights are the brightest, the stars come out to shine. There was no exception tonight for Southview. We knew Jerron Witcher and Damian Clay were going to be good. They combined for 44 points. But I want to throw a couple of other names at you, a little bit off the beaten path. Robert Webb III, the only underclassman on the Southview varsity roster, scoreless at halftime, ends up with 11 points. And how good was Jackson Pollock coming off that bench?
They were huge. And Robert Webb's a guy that bounced back and forth between the varsity and JV early in the year so he could get his legs under him at the varsity level. And you said it, 11 points in a championship game or a championship environment. And what can you say about the young sophomore? He's explosive. He can get to the rim. He can knock down threes. We saw it all here tonight out of him. And then Jackson Pollock off the bench with 8, like you mentioned. Look, Jerron Witcher and Damian Clay are number 1 and 2 in the scouting report. They're going to get a lot of attention, so it's going to be important for other guys to step up and make timely shots. And those 2 guys really stepped up and did the job here tonight, aiding the 44 points out of Witcher and Clay.
The phrase that we kept using was mini runs. We saw a lot of 5-0, 6-0, 7-2, 8-2 runs like that. It was what made regulation so fun. For all 32 minutes, basically all questions were answered, and then we got to overtime. It seemed like Clay, after the Grant Oberdick bucket at the buzzer that forced overtime, just kind of ran out of steam.
And I think you got to give Southview a lot of credit for that. You know, they came out and Witcher had a quick 5, and then at the 2-possession lead with under 4 to go, and then all of a sudden for Clay, and you're playing catch up from that point on, and Southview knocked down their free throws, and so you got to give Southview a lot of credit for the way they came out and answered that Clay, last-second shot to put it into overtime, and that's what championship basketball is all about. It's not you initiating and making plays. Sometimes it's how you respond to quick adversity. Southview had the response in overtime, and they walk away with a big win.
Yeah, thrilling overtime win for the Southview Cougars. They're now just a win over Fremont Ross on senior night on Friday, away from an outright NLL Cardinal Division championship. And to quote Dennis Springs, we don't want to share with anybody. Back to you.